I have had this opinion with the Absolute Universe of we should stop talking about the dark side stuff and just say, here's a new universe. This is what makes it different, right? But reading Absolute Master Manhunter Volume 1 Martian Vision, as it is the subtitle of this, I went, holy crap, Darkseid shows up in this, and John Jones says Darkseid is. So I went, maybe we don't. Maybe we have to talk about the Darkseid stuff now. Maybe we always had to talk about the Darkseid stuff. Anyway, but how is this book, Absolute Master Manhunter, Volume 1, Martian Vision? I will say this. This book isn't for everyone. Because, look, Dennis Camp, who is the writer of Martian Manhunter, of the 12 issues, this is only collecting the first half, the first 6. I know Volume 2 is around the corner or is out. But this isn't for everyone, because Dennis Camp took the idea of Martian Manhunter and kind of did his own thing with it, where it's like, what if John Jones, who's normally a shapeshifter, a green Martian who shapeshifts into a detective in his day job, what he does to pay the bills, he's like, what if John was just a regular dude and the Martian was in his head? And we just add some trippy, like, crazy 70s drug effects out through the entire comic. And what you have is, yes, this beautiful art and this beautiful synastry, and taking concepts of the medium of comics that maybe you could never do in other mediums. But because of how trippy it is, because, like, there's a point, because it's all about white Martians, right? Martian Manhunter, you're dealing with white Martians. Because we're dealing with white Martians who are who are creating riots in the city, just to, it's a classic of, hey, we only, what if we just took every other emotion and just have rage? And that's what the white Martians, they would do, just create rage. And so you have some point the green Martian to find the white Martian, and the fight itself is trippy, as in, like, they're in a person's eye, then they become the eye socket, then they grabbing the moon and using the moon as a weapon. That is just a fight alone. And thinking this is a story that, once again, isn't for everyone because of how trippy and how weird it is and how strange it is. And reading it, I was like, some of it I just felt like as a story, I thought it was pretty decently done. Like, okay, John gets a green marsh in his head. He is a little bit more weirded out naturally. He is able to have all these abilities now, basically able to read people's minds and read people's emotions, and you know, uh, see what happened, and those type of powers. And the Green Master's talking about the White Martians, and so the investigation of trying to find out what the White Martians wanted, how to stop them, and blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, John himself is struggling his personal life. He's not really good with the work-life balance stuff. I mean, for an FBI agent, yeah, probably it's not much of a work-life balance. What is that? But he's like is struggling as a father and as a husband, and his wife is starting to get really, really annoyed by it. There's a great scene where the wife, Bridget is the character's name, when Bridget is like, enough of this. Just tell me what's going on. I understand your job can't tell me everything, but for the love of God, let me understand this. And she's completely fed up with it. And I thought that was a pretty good scene. And the setup of this story is pretty put together, and the concept of what's going on. The master mindfuckers, as the Martian calls it. But it just, and the art is pretty good, and it takes elements of the medium. But the thing is about it is I'm just like, I kind of feel the trippiness of the story is taking, and like the weird, like, I'm trying to find a good issue. You know, going on. I'm trying to find a good, like, art. I'll probably have to just show you the back. Like, oops, sorry. Here you go. Like, this kind of trippiness. I just, wouldn't recommend it to everyone, but sometimes I think it kind of overpowers it, and to the point it just does it. It gets in a way of just tell a straightforward story. You know what I mean? And it's just that situation where you're just reading it and you're thinking, did it need to be this? And all these little gimmicks, like, put it against the light so you can see the next page, and it's kind of folding it. I just thought it, a little bit unnecessary, and stuff on those lines. So it's, look, I get it. Absolute Master Manhunter is at this point seems to be the creme of creme that is an absolute Batman. But I'm at this point where I'm just like, I'm not as hooked by it, because I think when it's I'm more of a wordsmith. I'm more of a story guy than, say, for who's very heavy on the art of things. The art's very important. I mean, the art has to be very important when it comes to comics. But I think I'm more about the written word. So when I get, I think, something that's very out there, I just don't. I have not a hard time connecting it, but just get a sense of, oh, okay, like, okay, like, just I thought it was good. I thought this volume was good. I just wasn't. I didn't think it was that great of a volume. As, and maybe it's a little bit hype of it. Maybe it's a little bit hype, but this is how I just feel. But anyway, if you read Absolute Master Manhunter issue 1, comment below. Let me know your thoughts.